Hello there everyone, my name is Crazy Caleb, and today we're going to be taking a look at another boss module called Keypad Directionality. So this module is actually pretty cool, and I like the concept of it, and it's pretty simple. So what we must do is we must use these arrows for each stage to determine a 4-digit number that we are going to be putting into the module all the way at the end, similar to any other boss module. So how exactly does this module work? So as you can see, you are presented with a unique keypad, and it uses arrows for generation of the code up top. It has a feature to generate multiple layers of the code based on the number of modules available on the bottom. So simply just however many modules there are, and that's how many layers there will be. So the starting number to generate each code is normally hidden in the keypad. However, there is a bug on the current keypad model that causes it to miscolor the starting number for the first layer. And as we can see here, of all of these numbers, 8 is the one currently right now that has this. It's a little bit grayer than the black numbers here. So this is going to be our starting number. And so what we're going to do is we're going to generate each code based off of this starting position. And let's actually follow these arrows. And each time we follow an arrow, we're going to note down that number for this stage to get a 4-digit number. So we're going to go to 2. Then from 2, we're going to go up and to the right to 9. And then from 9, we're going to go back down to the left to 2. And then we're going to go up again to 8. And that is how the stage works. And then for the next stage, we will start from 8. It is very important to note that when looking at this table, if we happen to loop around, if we happen to get up and to the right into oblivion, we simply just loop around. So the module itself is pretty simple. We're just simply going to be doing that each stage. So let's solve another module. And you hear that little click sound. That means another stage has been inputted, has been given to us, rather. And let's start. Okay, so now that we're at the second stage, what we're going to do is we're going to use the previous digit that we had from the last stage, the previous calculated digit, and we're going to follow it. We're going to start from there. So we're going to move down again, so to 2. We're going to move down to the left to 4. We're going to move left from 4 to 6. And we're going to move up and to the right to 1. And for the next stage, 1 will be our starting digit. Let's continue on. So now for layer 3, we're going to start at 1. And it also gives you a little bit of a table here. It's actually pretty simple to follow. In the manual page, it simply just has the same set. However, most of the time you can do the diffuser work if you remember where the last position was. So, and if the module mounts, it can process it to 0. The keypad will throw an error since layer 0 is not part of the layer count. The module will activate a bypass. This is only if the module is by itself in this case. So that won't be really relevant at all. And yeah, let's keep going. Let's go through these stages a little bit quicker because this module itself is pretty easy. It's just obviously it can be a little error prone if you miss one of the numbers off by a little bit. Because if you miss one stage, that can affect all of the others. So, all right. So starting from the 1 now, we're going to go to the right, being 2, and then from the 2, we're going to go down into the right to the 6. And then from the 6, we're going to go right to the 4. And then from the 4, we're going to go down into the right to the 8. And that's going to be our next stage. All right, now stage 4. So from the 8, we're going to go up to the right to the 6. From the 6, up to the left to the 2. Then to the 4. And then up to the left to the 3. So yeah, this module is pretty simple. So let's keep going to these stages. I'm going to pick up the pace a little bit of how I get the stages, and then we're going to submit them all later. And the stages are actually noted down on the left here. It's referred to as layers. So in this case, we see this L, which represent layer, and in this case, we are in layer 5. So that's how that works. So from the 3, we're going to go up 9, then 5, then 9, then 7. Stage. Layer 6. From the 7, we're going to go 5, 6, 8, and 7. Next up. So from the 7 now, we're gonna go 4, 6, 2, and 1 stage. Starting from the 1, we're gonna go 7, 3, 7, and 6. Alright, we're getting to the end here. So for layer 9, starting from the 6, we're going to go up to the left to 1, then left to 3, then down right to 4 and 8. Alrighty. For our last stage, we have, starting from the 8, we're going to go to 1, then to 8, then to 3, and then to 6. And now, let's solve our last module here. And the arrows will disappear, the layer 1 will reappear, and now we must start inputting the stages that we had from before. So, that's not what I wanted to pull up. So now we're just gonna go through layer by layer. So layer 1 was 2928, and it'll give us that repeat sign, which means that it was correct. Otherwise, if we happen to strike, for example, let's say if we just enter in 2561, it'll say denied.
That's it, I'm afraid.
And it'll give you the stage that was given again. So in this case, let's input our correct answer, of course, being 2461. Or it says accept, excuse me, not repeat, sorry. Then 2648, 6243, 9597, 5687, accept. And layer 7 now, so 4621, 7376, 1348, 183, and lastly 6. Pass. And just like that is a solved module. See, this module is actually really simple as long as you know what the concept of it is. Getting the 4-digit codes is not that bad. It's generally on the diffuser side that has to remember exactly where the last number that you found was. That's what's important about this module, is making sure that you do not forget where that last module is, and where that last number is that you got from the previous stage, so you can start there and get the next 4-digit number. Let's take a look at one final example. I'm going to just do only 5 tool mods this time. A little bit of a smaller bomb, because this module itself is pretty simple and pretty self-explanatory. You just use the table here, and you essentially follow the arrows around to get a 4-digit code for the end.
There is only one
So
perfect solution.
this time, our gray number is 6 this time, so that will be our starting location, but note we will never use that as a starting number unless we happen to land on it later on. So this does not mean 6 is our beginning number. It means we start from 6 and we start moving around from there. So we'll do 9, then 2, then 9, then 5, moving on to the next stage. So from the 5, we're going to move right to 6, up to 3, down left to 5, and right to 6. Okay. Next up, from the 6 in this case will be 7, 9, 8, and then 6. Next up, we will have from the 6 we will be going down to 9, down right to 1, down to 4, and then up to 1. For our last stage. So from the 1, we're going to be going down left to 6, from 6 up to 3, from 3 up right to 7, and from 7 up right to 9. Excuse me, left to 9. Alright, and let's solve our last module here. And let's start inputting. So remember what I said, if you happen to strike anywhere, you can get the stages, the arrows that they were from the last stage. However, it is important to note that it will likely affect all of the other stages, so that is going to be a lot of work to do. So there is a little bit of a scary, if you happen to strike anywhere in between, that can totally mess up the entire bomb. So it is you have to be very careful with this in order to not strike on it. So I'll start inputting these. 9295, 6356, 7986, whenever the light comes back on. So we'll do 9, 1, 4, 1, and then 6, 3, 7, and 9. And just like that is the solved module. Here we go. And just like that, thank you guys for watching. Stay crazy, stay cool, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.